gg-CrixLee here, editor-in-chief with girlgamer.com. And if you watch my videos, and you should probably say yes, because if you say no, I'm going to kill you, you recognize this cat. Last time I talked to this guy, we were talking about Dead Space Extraction at PAX in Seattle. Today, he is here at Comic-Con to announce Dead Space 2 and a couple of other things that you guys kind of lashed out as a surprise over at the panel. So let's go over to Steve Papoutsis, and once again, tell the kids at home what your title is.
Sure. I'm Steve Papoutsis. I'm the executive producer for the Dead Space franchise. And I'm here today at Comic-Con, as Crix said, kind of heading up our panel. We just did one with a bunch of people. It was really cool. And we did announce a couple new things that nobody had ever heard of, being Dead Space Aftermath and Dead Space Salvage. What's happening in that is it's kind of a piece between what goes on in Dead Space 2, and it's actually kind of a follow-up to what happened right after the Aegis 7 catastrophe. So you're going to see a few different POVs for different characters, and there's a variety of animation studios working on that project. And I'm really excited about it because I enjoyed Downfall, but this is like 20 times better than Downfall. We've got some really great actors, great directors, and just really pumped up about that. And
so now that we've talked about Aftermath and now Salvage, where does Salvage rest in this whole line?
So the idea behind Salvage, which is the graphic novel, is that some people discover the Ishimura. And so it kind of tells a story of what goes on then. And I can't really get into details because that would be Spoiler Town, and we don't want to go to Spoiler Town, but it's just going to show another side of the universe and kind of what happened with the ship when they first discovered it.
Okay, so now the order would be...
The thing that would start first, if you were going in chronological order, would be Dead Space Martyr, which is our novel that just came out this week. So that's kind of way back.
Wow.
Like, yeah, all kinds.
You guys are killing it with the Dead Space stuff, man. I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm glad you're excited. I'm excited too. So Martyr is actually going back to the discovery of the very first marker, and it kind of follows Altman's kind of plight and what goes on there. So that would be the first thing if you wanted to go way back. And then in terms of those other extensions, I guess you'd have to say Aftermath, Salvage, and then Ignition. Ignition is essentially the prologue to Dead Space 2. So it actually happens like the couple hours right before Dead Space 2 kicks off. Now, in terms of having to have read or watched any of these or played in the case of Ignition, people won't really need to do that because the Dead Space 2 story, when we designed it, was intended to be a place where people could just kind of pick it up and go. So we don't really want to force people to have to experience those other elements. It's more there for the people that enjoy that stuff.
Well, let's talk about Dead Space 2. So we're looking at the sprawl, and the opening is going to be the hospital at the sprawl. Is that correct? And this is stuff that I found. Okay.
Wow, you've done
some investigative
reporting.
And I did some digging. So of course the marker is still there, and it's causing permanent mental illness. Isaac is still suffering from PTSD, and so the marker is still affecting him. The one thing that I found that I really was interested in, because the Church of Unitology and the government are still going to be a huge part of the storyline, but what I really am looking forward to in this one is that we actually get, if this is correct, we actually get to watch the necromorph infection in action. Is this true?
Wow. Okay, Crix. So you clearly did some digging to get all this information. Parts of what you said are in fact true, and then other parts are not. And I will not tell you which parts because I like all the mystery you've just created around it. But yeah, honestly, some of what you just said is completely true, and I'm very impressed that you were able to piece that together because I don't think we've come out and said some of that stuff. So, you know, good job. In terms, wow.
Did I really just blow you away with all that?
Blown away with that, the little reporting job there. That's damn good. So, yeah, as far as, you know, I'll answer the last question first because that's the one that's freshest in my mind. Yeah, so you'll be kind of on the sprawl when the infection is breaking out. So you're going to kind of be right in the middle of the shit, so to speak. So yeah, and then in terms of everything else you said, like I said, I mean, some of that is true. I love the fact that you kind of pieced that together. Some of it is not, but...
so I got to go downstairs and figure it out then.
Yeah, you're going to have to go piece the puzzle together, but it sounds awesome. Like what you said sounds awesome. But I think Dead Space 2 will be even more awesome.
And when is the expected drop date for Dead Space 2?
Dead Space 2 will come out January 25th, 2011. And I believe it's January 28th, 2011 in Europe.
Oh, great. So they don't have to wait 2 weeks like they normally do with the domestic games because I get European friends who are like, I got to wait 2 weeks.
So just over there, they have like because like in North America, there's like, you know, I guess it's the Tuesday, Wednesday when everything comes out. I think they're more into the Friday thing out there. So that's, but yeah, we're trying to make sure it's as close sim ship as possible. As they call it in the biz, call it the sim ship. So we're trying to do that.
Steve Papoutsis, always a pleasure, man. I look forward to all the Dead Space stuff that comes.
Thank
oh,
you.
He just put his arm around me.
I did.
Because last time I was kind of smacking him a lot. I promised I wouldn't do it again this time. I did. I heard him. I beat him. Thanks again, man. Like, it's such a great pleasure to see you again. Like, I'm so proud of what you guys have done over the last year. Like, you need any praise from me, but I'm just going to be like, I'm so proud of you. So from girlgamer.com, from San Diego Comic-Con, for Steve Papoutsis, I'm CrixLee. We're going into stasis.